Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Christine Crowell, and today is the day three where I'm going to be talking about the one of the famous mines in America. So, Trump and Elon Musk, let's sound the alarm. Let's look at this. Is silver now the new oil? You keep hearing Donald Trump say, drill, baby, drill, right? And America is also seems to be in, well, the world is really in a silver crisis due to the possibility of silver running out, depleting. It's going to run out in 20 years' time if they don't discover new mines. So this is why we're hearing this drill, baby, drill, so that they can find these mines. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough. So stay tuned until the end. I'm just going to sip my tea. Lovely. So have you ever wondered why Donald Trump keeps saying drill, baby, drill? Because it's not drilling for oil. They're really wanting this silver. Obviously there's the gold as well, but the silver, everyone's racing to get this silver in their own possessions. They want to be able to, how can I say it? If America gets back all of its gold back into Fort Knox, for example, so you imagine it's back in Fort Knox, then they've got to evaluate it. Now, is it the true value that is on paper of the gold that they have? Is that really the true value of the gold that's in Fort Knox or in the, the reserves, for example, in New York? Is that really all the gold, or is some of it missing? Maybe it's somewhere else, still in another country. Some of you would have noticed that they've asked for their gold back from the UK, for example. And this is lots of gold and silver. So it's like there's a drainage going on here. Everyone's wanting their gold back or their silver back in their own country, in their own vaults, so they know how much they've got in case of a crisis, that they are able to use this silver as a monetary system, like cash, because the cash is devaluing. So this makes sense for them to be everyone wanting their gold and silver back. But this is also should really help the financial situation, because if they purchase gold and silver back in the day, then surely these tons and tons will be worth a lot. For example, trillions of dollars, right? I mean, isn't there meant to be these deficits happening? So if they've got the gold and the silver back, and then it gets valuated, which is what I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe that they want to get this evaluated so that they know how much gold that they actually have in their possession. And at the same time, really, it should be audited by a specialist, to be honest with you, for example, by someone who is specialized to actually audit, test, etc. Yes, they purchased the golden, the gold may have been purchased for $42 back in the day, but gold currently at the moment is just over 3,000 per ounce. So that really should bring it into trillions of dollars, which will really help the economy, right? This is what I would think would happen. And I'm sure around the world, if everyone gets their gold back into their own vaults, then everybody will be able to assess how much they've got in their own vaults. That should really help the uncertainty right now that we are being faced with. So, but also this drill baby drill that Donald Trump keeps mentioning is to do with these minings, drilling down into the earth to get more of this silver, for example, that's needed for, guess what? AI. It's needed for, what else can you think? Solar panels. It's needed for renewable energy. It's needed for technology. It's needed for healthcare, medical equipment. It's needed for a lot of things, silver is. It's more value. So it is the new oil as far as I'm concerned. Because yes, okay, we need, they've got the electric vehicles now, for example, but what we need to look at is silver now becoming the new oil. And that everybody around the world, they want to hold their own gold and silver instead of lending it to one another. I don't even know how that came about, but that's another story for another day. Okay? So stay tuned until the end as I go through this discussion today. And what I really want to talk to you is about the United States of America, the hidden gold mine, the hidden gold empire. It's in Nevada. And what I want to say to you today is that in America, the home to the mighty Carling Trend Mine in Nevada, apparently it's one of the largest gold producing areas in the United States and a gold region, so that it is productive in a way that it is helping the entire country in its output. So what do you think about the USA? What it holds more, does it hold more gold than you actually know about? Do you think that there's more gold that they're not telling us about, that they're perhaps keeping a secret? What do you think? I'd love to know your views in the comments, because there's a lot of gold out there. There's a lot of silver out there. And it's like this gold rush is going on at the moment where everybody is wanting it back in their own, on their own doorstep, basically. So I'm going to go into this mine because it is located in the eastern part of Nevada, and it is a geological gold belt. It's over 5 miles wide, for example, and 40 miles long. Has anyone been there? Because I'd love to hear your comments if you have been there. It contains some of the richest gold deposits in North America. It was discovered in 1960, for example. And can you imagine, right? Since then, it really has produced a lot of gold. So is it now becoming empty, for example? Because it's been producing since 1960. So it's not a single mine, it's a gold producing system made up of dozens of massive open pits. and underground operations. So, have you been to Carlin Trend? Apparently, it would rank amongst the top 10 global gold producers. What do you think? Have you been there? I haven't been there, but have you been there? And that's something that I want to do during these series, visiting these gold mines, for example, but online, for example. But if you've been there, wow, that would be amazing to hear your feedback. So, how much gold do you think has been mined? I can imagine that you're going to think a lot. But how much would you say? Would you say 20 million ounces? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll tell you, it's over 90 million ounces of gold